In my previous Oztent videos, I went through some of the upgrades from Drifta that we use. We've gotten really good value out of these. I thought I'd do a specific video showing you around these bits of kit. They add a lot of convenience and they're really durable. They're going to protect your investment in the tent for years to come. So yeah, let's have a look. We're starting with the bags. This is the Oztent RV5 bag itself, and they make them for all the Oztents. What's good about it is it opens on 3 sides, so you can open it up, place the tent in, and then zip it up. It's really easy to get the tent in and out of, and it's oversized just enough that it's never a hassle to put in. Even if you don't do the middle strap up tight on the tent, it still goes in there really easily. It's got a valance over the zip, so if it's on a roof rack for an extended period or getting heavy rain when you're driving, it'll keep the water off the zip, so that's really good. The latest version of it actually has a rubber zip, so more like a dive bag sort of thing, so that'll help even further. It's a really good bag. And the latest version I hear also has a handle on both ends, so that makes it easier to carry with 2 people and easier to drag on and off your roof rack. This is a Drifta small equipment bag. So they come in extra small, small, medium, large. There might even be an extra large. So this is the small. In here we fit the mesh floor, the 2 side walls, and the front panel. You'd probably be able to stuff the Fly in there as well, but generally I just have the Fly in another bag. If you had the medium or the large, you'd definitely get all those accessories in the one bag. So rather than carry them around in the small Oztent pouches they come in, or zip pouches they come in, it's much easier just to bring it all together. I think Drifta do a valance on this as well if you ask them to do it, so you can get that same weatherproofness. This is fairly light. Most people will be able to squish that inside their cab, I reckon, but they do come with a valance if you need it. These are a really handy sized duffel bag to have around. When you're not using them for camping, they come in handy for all sorts of stuff. So yeah, they're a good versatile investment. The Drifta small equipment bag. This is the small tote bag, which is perfect for storing guy ropes, hammer, gloves, that sort of thing. It's just a really nice, well-made bag that fits everything in there perfectly. A really good way to store all those bits and pieces for setting up your tent. This is the tent pole bag offered by Drifta, and it comes in with their tent pole kit, I believe still. So I got the 4 upright peggable foot bent spigot poles, as well as 2 spreader poles in a kit with this. And what I like about it is it's relatively flat. It can fit inside the Oztent bag, but also you can put it on top of the roof rack, then put the tent on top and then strap it down, or vice versa. Put the tent up, put this on top and strap it down, whatever your preference is. But this is great for keeping all your poles together. There's nothing worse than not having a place to put your poles, or the poles are everywhere, or they're banging around, scratching other stuff. So yeah, this is a great bag. I think they also do one, I think they call it the Deluxe tent pole bag, and that's kind of like a really long, skinny duffel bag that opens on 3 sides, kind of like this, but really long and narrow. If you've got kind of a well in a camper trailer, I'm thinking like the Drifta dot trailers. If you've got kind of that space, then maybe that's more handy because you can open up the zip and then take the ones out that you want. But this works really well. I think it's really secure and it keeps them nice and flat. So I considered getting the other Drifta tent pole bag, but this one suits my needs. Going back to the tote bag a sec, inside I've got this hammer. This is not a Drifta product, this is the Snow Peak brass head hammer, but Drifta Stockton now have one of these of their own. So Drifta sold this for many years and now they're offering one. This one was made in Japan. The Drifta Stockton ones are made in China, but they're less than half the price, and I think do pretty much exactly the same thing. So if I was buying again, I would get the Drifta one. The way these things work is this peg here is a solid stake peg, what's called a solid stake. So these are another upgrade from Drifta. This is a 300mm long solid stake. And the way this works is, when you drive in this stake, all the force is transferred from the hammer straight down the axes of the peg. Whereas with a normal tent peg, which I've got one here, undo the fly a sec to show you this. Often at the top of it is a U shape, and so when you're striking it, you're not actually striking it to a point where the force is going straight through the peg. This one doesn't even have any point on the end, so that's just a bit of useless junk. This has got a spike on the end, and it's got, you know, you transfer the force right down, and it's got a hole in it, and this is a purpose-made device to put into that hole and yank them out. So it's a really, really good product. So why a brass head hammer? Well, you can see here it's kind of deformed. The actual metal's deformed, and that's intentional. So when you strike it, it's a tough material that absorbs a lot of energy. And so you're actually trying to make this deform and absorb the energy rather than it transferring up your arm into your body. So as you're hitting a normal peg, I get a sore wrist, you hear that awful ding, ding, ding. So, you know, you get this sound, and it wobbles everywhere. Whereas with the stake, the force just transfers straight through it, and you get a really nice tactile feeling, and you don't get any of that vibration up your arm. So eventually you will need to replace the head on these, so you can get replacement heads, or you just, for the price of it, buy a new hammer. I kind of laughed at this when I first heard about these, because I thought, well, who the heck's going to buy a hammer and take a hammer with them that's purposefully designed just to hit in pegs? And I can tell you, it's a real nice experience. And when you're driving into heavy, hard, you know, road base and gravel and, you know, really compacted ground, these just work a treat, and the hammer and the pegs go together nicely. I bought some 40 centimeter or 400mm pegs for the Hexatarp, but they're much heavier, and I don't think they're really necessary. For most people, you'd use 300 millimeters or 30 centimeters on the awning poles and sort of key structural ones that you really don't want to move. And then on all the kind of other ones, you'd use the 200 mil, 20 centimeter. So that would be my strategy. But these have worked really well for us. And you know, one of the things when you get into camping, you learn, like, you dread having to hit in tent pegs. But this just makes it so easy. Let's talk about the poles. So Drifta's poles are made by Superpeg, an Australian company. They're made of aluminium and they twist lock. So in the 10-pole kit from Drifta, you get 4 uprights and 2 crab spreader poles. So that allows you to create 4 poles for the awning, which creates a peak in the middle, and then the spreader bars go across to hold it under tension. See here, you've got a claw pushing against the spigot, which holds the whole thing under tension. What sets apart these poles, they're a larger diameter pole, a more stronger pole, as well as this. So they've got a bent spigot on the top, which is also a larger diameter spigot compared to the Oztent one. And the idea is in heavy weather, the tent is less likely to blow off the spigot because it's got a bend in it. So that's how that works. The other main benefit is the peggable foot. Let me just adjust the camera down. That'll do. So just yank this out. You saw how easy that was with the hole and the tool for it in the hammer. So there's a hinged leg here, a hinged foot. Technical issues with sound here. You can see there's a hinged foot allowing you to peg the base of the pole down, and it can align with the eyelets in the floor saver. It adds structural strength in heavy weather and makes setting out the poles and setting up the awning easier. Here at the back of the tent, guys, for the Fly, I've just got the original Oztent poles that came with the Fly, but I've got another crab spreader bar from Drifta that goes across and spans it. I don't really know how anyone gets the Fly to work well without the spreader bar. It makes a huge difference. So if you've got the tent pole kit and you use a Fly, I recommend getting another one of those crab spreader bars. One of the Drifta upgrades that I don't have but feel compelled to mention is their roof rack carrier. One of the barriers to owning these great tents is that they're really hard to transport unless you've got a full length roof rack with multiple bars, like a platform rack. So what Drifta have done is they've made a shelf or a support that is basically a tray for the Oztent to sit in, made of aluminium checker plate, and then that's designed to attach to 2 roof bars. So 2 roof bars tying this tent down really doesn't cut it. You're probably going to damage the frame of the tent and have trouble tying it down securely. So this product from Drifta allows any sedan to put 2 roof bars on the roof, attach this aluminium carrier, and then you can now cart your Oztent around as if you've got a platform rack like this. Great product, making the Oztent much more accessible for people. A couple of notes: if you've got the RV5, make sure you get the large tent pole kit. The tent's slightly wider and requires larger spreader bars to span the distance, so don't forget that. And if you are planning on getting the tent pole kit, you need to replace the eyelets with larger eyelets because of the larger diameter spigots that Drifta offer. When I bought mine, I bought the tent at the same time, and they had an offer for 20-30 bucks. They'll punch the eyelets out themselves and before they ship you the tent. So I opted for that. I see that sold out on their website when I looked the other day, so you may not be able to do that anymore. Maybe contact Drifta, but they offer a canvas punch and the eyelet kit, and it looks really simple. I think anyone can do it, but I'm just letting you know, be aware you will have to replace the eyelets to get the upgraded tent poles from Drifta. I've spoken a lot about Drifta's products on the channel for a long time. I want to say that I've bought all this myself, and more than that, most of these things made up my first purchase from Drifta. So when I came across Drifta, I saw the Oztent. That's when I learned about the Oztent, and I learned about the features and their upgrades. And I thought, I'm done with dome tents. I'm done with, other brands. This thing looks like it's made to last. And we didn't want to buy a trailer at that point. We don't want a caravan. Like, this is the mecca of tent camping. And we bought all this. So we bought tote bag, not the hammer, I got that later, but the tent pole kit, the equipment bag, the Oztent bag, bought it all at the same time, all in one hit. So then that must have been 4 or 5 years ago now. So it's lasted, I was looking at the Oztent bag, I was thinking, gee, this is weathered well, like it's done so much time on the roof rack. And you barely notice it. It looks almost brand new. So been super stoked with this. Once you have a feel of the Oztent poles after you've had a look at the Super Peg poles, you'll never want to go back. These hammers and pegs, great Father's Day or Christmas present. They're really, really good. Like I said, I laughed when I first sort of heard of the concept, but look at me now, I'm making videos about them. So let me know if you've got any questions. Thanks for watching.